the Josh Allen-led Bills right now, with him playing the way that he is, would you agree MVP of the NFL right now, or is this still a Saquon moment? I mean, you obviously have been witness to some Saquon moments on Thursday night this year. So
I would just say, like, there's still 3 games left. So, yes, he's the front runner, but Lamar Jackson, the season he's putting together.
Yeah, I wonder if you took the stretches of what Lamar's had this season and Josh's, if they just were at different times. Like if right now was kind of Lamar's best stretch and Josh's was earlier in the season, if we'd be saying the same thing. Because the numbers and statistics are kind of lean towards Lamar, actually.
But Josh's
just
last
the team
2
record
games against the Rams and that
Historic.
loss.
Yeah, and I think they're huge moments. But you look at it, I mean, Lamar can't win a game if they don't score 24 points. So, like, Josh hasn't had to do that this year. They've had some games early in the season especially where he wasn't throwing for many yards, and they were winning a lot of games a lot of different ways.
Which then it points to, like, well, his stats aren't inflated because they were ahead in those games. So,
Right.
the Joe Burrow, he wasn't having to come from behind all the time. But, Lamar still has some huge games. They're still trying to win the AFC North. They're playing Pittsburgh, who, that's been a thorn in his side his whole career. So he's still going to have some big moments coming up here. So I still think Josh is the front runner, but he's going to have to earn it the last 3 weeks.
Well, I mean, his last 3 games are 2 against New England, wrapped around a home date with the Jets. Yeah. So he's he'll
I'm
probably,
still a Saquon guy, though.
You are?
So, oh, yeah. Come on.
Why
MVP.
is that? I know why, but I'll give you the floor on it.
I think because to me, it's obviously we always talk about the quarterback position, and really that's really where it always leans. But to me, if you look at this Philadelphia team and what they've been built on this entire season and the way they've had to lean on him to win games, he has continued to show up and produce and be the guy they need. Now, obviously last week, going to be one of the biggest, toughest tests for him to have a great game. I think that would have been his opportunity if he had a huge game against the Steelers, yardage-wise, to really put himself at the top for the rest of the season. He's going to have to do something special in the next week or two to get it back in there. But I just think his impact and really what he's been for that team, when you talk about the most valuable player, they have struggled some throwing the football at times this season, and they're playing great defense, but running the football has been how they've really beat people, and it's been their identity and their mentality.
Maybe he should have in his locker when he was being interviewed after the game saying they had a running problem there. Then
Then
give him the ball
over,
more.
He just got 60 yards. He just got 60
more.
yards. Hurts keeps vulturing him on the 1 yard line, man.
I mean,
there's
gosh,
a
how
running
many
problem
touchdowns
around
does he
here.
have?
Isn't it amazing how that happens, though? A.J. Brown slips it out there, 100-yard gain.
I imagine you've been in that situation before wore
I've never had receivers complaining about getting the ball.
and you would never feed
them or feed them over and over and over.
The next game.
Yeah.
Because that's what just happened, right? Didn't we just see that?
It is, and he's happy now. And look, for them to win a Super Bowl, A.J. Brown's going to have to be a big part of that. They're going to have to, you see how much he changed Jalen Hurts' career when he got there.
Right.
You see how much he changed the Eagles' passing game when he got there. That version where they're running the ball and equally balanced and throwing the ball is what's going to take.
I think it tells you how good they are.
Yeah.
That's how freaking good they are. A.J. Brown can say, I want the ball more, and then go play one of the best teams in the NFL this season, and then say, all right, we'll give you the ball more, and we'll win that way.
But I don't blame you for saying Saquon, man, because how many times are you sitting up there in the Prime Video set, or I'm sitting on NFL Network or at this chair, and you on your pod, and you're talking about red zone problems for teams, and that's the problem, and it's all coming down to the red zone, and you got a guy who runs through the red zone into the end zone, so you don't have red zone problems, because either he runs through it and into the end zone, or he takes it down to the one, and the tush push takes it the rest of the way. That is huge. What he did against the Rams on that Sunday night. And then also, too, I mean, on top of it, what he's doing for his new team after he left one of Philadelphia's blood rivals. I keep using that term these days, but it is the truth. You were on your post-game set after he beat Washington, and the fans in Philadelphia were chanting, "Thank you, Giants."
Oh, yeah.
During your post, right?
Among other things, yeah.
That was a couple things they were chanting, that's for sure. But, yeah, I mean, you look at him, you look at Josh Jacobs, you look at Derrick Henry, it's wild to me that three guys who are at the top of the running backs this season all basically either shipped out or allowed to leave by the teams they were at the year before. I think those guys have probably changed the importance of running backs. We just a couple years ago, I remember being here and we're talking about, these running backs and how they're struggling to get paid and what's going on. Nobody wants them. I think this has probably completely changed the landscape of the next couple of years and what an importance they're going to be to teams.
And Aaron Jones, another name,
yes,
and Joe Mixon,
right.
another name. I mean, there's 5
right.
guys where you're just looking at it. But I'll say this about Saquon. these are the best athletes in the world playing this game, and the amount of jaw-dropping moments guys have watching him on a football field is absolutely insane. I mean, that's how talented this guy is.
Yeah, I think I forget it was it was against Jacksonville, obviously, but there's videos somebody in the stands in Philadelphia took of this moment right here of him jumping backwards, leaping backwards, and the shot was from the front row in the link, and so you could see in the foreground the reaction of the Eagles teammates.
Yeah, I think that's always a great sign when your teammates are that way.
And they were doing exactly what you're talking about, Ryan. Yeah. Like they were just like,
yeah, you see them all like they're all popping up, different places, moving, jumping around, reacting.
Jordan Davis, I think, turned around, just like shook his head and walked the other way. Like I can't believe
it's a similar reaction to maybe the first time you ran the 40.
That's true.
Just with all your people saying, wow,
absolutely,
I had no idea.
Or potentially, there's no video of it of you running away from the fight on your first day.
We just have the still photo.
Starting quarterback.
Man, you guys just throwing shots at each other.
Okay.
I love this. This is great. I'll stand in
right
between this. I got you. I'll break the fight up now. Now that I'm a Walter Payton Man of the Year, I will break the fight
You're
up.
a very
fighting,
peaceful
guys.
man.
No fighting.
We don't need Terry McAuliffe to grab your arm.
Stay out of this, Terry.
Fantastic. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.